Mm. June 4th, 2022, Saturday evening. I just returned from meeting a friend who was visiting from Dallas and staying at a hotel on the other side of town. And in Houston, when you say on the other side of town, you're talking about 50 miles one way. And that's literally true. 50 miles from where I live to where this guy was staying for the weekend. But he's a good friend of mine. We were roommates, oh, about 40 years ago when I was living in Chicago. Not quite 40 years, but close enough. 83, 84. So we're coming up on 40 years. And we met probably a couple of months ago when we had a reunion in Dallas. But all of this came about because I made a commitment to myself. I made a commitment to do more of the things that I like doing, things that I enjoy doing. Because what else is there in life other than being happy? When was the last time you did something because you wanted to do it and for no other reason than the fact that you wanted to do that? As I mentioned before, I did that on the 1st of June on a spur of the moment decision. And that has impacted my life tremendously. And I know it's only been 4 days, but the impact that I have felt and the impact that I'm feeling is tremendous. It is huge. It is humongous. My attitude has changed. I have got more work done than I had in the previous month in this past 4 days. And I wasn't even really trying so hard as I was during the last month. I wanted to do things because it needed to be done, not because I wanted to do. And that thought has always rebelled. Well, rebelled is not the word. Well, I have always made me rebel against doing things. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why or why I'm telling that story. Why I have been telling that story to myself. But I don't do shoulds. And anytime I feel like I should do something, I simply don't do it. I would do anything but because I don't want to do what I'm supposed to do or what I should do, even though sometimes I'm the one who's deciding the should. But that just thought of should makes me crazy. So when I decided to go on a road trip on a whim, and I took off 6 o'clock in the morning and hit the road and spend the next 14, 15 hours just doing nothing but following my instinct, following my intuition, and just being in the moment. The next day, I got woke up early. Well, woke up about the same time as always, but instead of staying in bed for 2 hours staring at my phone, I got up, made the bed, answered the nature call, and I was up and about doing things within an hour of having woke up. I got more done in the next 3 hours than I had in about a week or so. And I did not feel bad about doing nothing for the rest of the day. And I did not feel that I needed to or I should do anything. The next day was the same way. I got more done. And I had an opportunity to show up someplace and I made more money than I normally do doing the same things that I do, even though it was not as busy as it was a week ago. So, and then today, another story. Today was interesting because of the fact that I made more money than I was expecting. And I had planned on doing something today for an opportunity to create some income. My old habit said, I don't feel like doing it because in the past, when I made more money than I was expecting, the next money making opportunity became optional and I just kind of gave up on it. And when that thought came, it was immediately followed by another thought. All you got to do is show up. If you don't show up, you have zero opportunity to make any money. Whether you make money or not is not important. What's important is that you show up. So I did. I showed up. Did I make a whole lot of money? No. Did I make what I was expecting to? No. Did I even come close to making what I was expecting to? No. But I did make a little money, which was more than I would have if I had not showed up. Not only that, I made a few connections along the way, and I reinforced my beliefs that all I got to do is show up, have fun, and the universe finds a way to take care of things. While I was out standing around showcasing my photographs and having fun with children of all ages with my balloons, a friend of mine called from Dallas, which is what I was talking about when I started this episode today. He called saying, I'm in town. Sent me the address of the hotel that he was staying at. I told him I was working until 4 o'clock and I can come by later or we can meet tomorrow. He said tonight would be preferable to tomorrow. So I said, okay. Got off 4 o'clock, took a shower, and drove an hour to the other side of town. And the weather decided to take a sudden change. It was sunny and hot all day long. And while I was taking a shower, it rained. It rained hard. And when I walked out of the apartment, there was water, not only on the ground, but there was water running along the sidewalk, gushing into the drains. That's how hard it rained within 30 minutes. And it was sunny again by the time I came out. The rain had gone, but it had left its mark. I got in the car and and drove right into the rain that had left my apartment and headed in the direction that I was heading in. So instead of taking an hour to get to where I needed to go. It took me an hour and 15 minutes, or hour and 20 minutes or so. So what? I got there. I met my friend. We went out and had dinner. We went out and did some shopping. And while we were doing that, I ran into an old student of mine from 50 years ago. Not only that, not only that, my student introduced me to one of his clients, customers. He runs a restaurant. Um, and we got to talking and found out that we had both graduated high school in the same year. And my friend, my ex roommate from Chicago, who was with me, said that he had graduated the same year from school. And so we started talking about, well, what school did you go to? What school did you graduate from? Would you believe that my roommate, my ex roommate, my friend to whom I went to meet, graduated from the same place in the same year, and neither one of us knew that. Neither one of us knew each other then. Neither one of us knew this fact 40 years ago when we were roommates. Just found out today that he and I both went to the same school, graduated the same year, 50 years later. Yeah, it's been 50 years since I graduated high school. Can you believe that? Yeah, life goes on. Do something that lights you up. Do something just because you feel like doing it. It will have an impact on your life. It will revive you, revitalize you, and it will rejuvenate you. You will feel like a new person, and you will be doing things that brings you joy more often without any effort, without feeling bad about it, without being stressed out about it, and you'll have fun living the life of your dreams. Yep, promise you. I'll talk to you tomorrow.